Hey everybody, I'm horticulturist Gary Bachman. It's time for another daily dose of hort. We're getting into starting to maybe kind of get some warmer weather, getting a lot of moisture, and that means we're going to start seeing a certain pest show up in our garden. Let me show you this. That's right, they're fire ants. I hate fire ants. Every gardener I know hates fire ants. And because there's all this hate for fire ants, there's a lot of homemade recipes that are out on the internet that they say that they are surefire ways of getting rid of your fire ants in the yard. And number one is grits. And the idea of using grits, sprinkling that on a fire ant mound, is those workers, they'll take that little grit, they'll eat it, it expands in their bodies and they blow up. Sounds pretty satisfying to me. Unfortunately, it doesn't work because the workers that you see that you're thinking are going to eat those grits, they don't eat solid food. They take the grits back into the mound, and the grits are a carbohydrate, remember. They feed them to the third or it's the fourth instar. Anyways, one of the immature stages that do eat solid food. The immatures then, if you want to say, regurgitate that carbohydrate up as a liquid and feed the worker ants. So when you're putting grits on a fire ant mound, what you're doing, you're not killing them, you're actually feeding that mound. So you want to know something, using grits to get rid of fire ants, just toss that. And you really need to use a surefire product. There's lots of baits that are out there in the market, and the baits work fine out in the yard, out in landscape beds. But when we're in the garden, in the vegetable garden, we have to be careful of using products that are labeled for that. One of the products that I love to use, whether they're fire ants in a mound on the ground or a mound in a container, is spinosad. Here, and I'm going to let Kate. Oh, and I forgot to say, Katie's back on the camera today, so good work on that close-up. Wait a second.
There we go.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay. Spinosad, it's an organic, it's a bacterial fermentation. This one just happens to be Natural Guard by Fertilome. There's lots of different formulations of this. Bonide has Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew, which is a pretty cool name if you ask me. But the spinosad, you mix it as a drench, 4 tablespoons per gallon of water, drench the mound, it will take care of the fire ants. Don't use the grits, don't use any of those homemade products, use products that work. So, good luck with the fire ants this spring, and we'll see you next time for another daily dose of hort.